Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts 3 playthrough. We've made it back to the castle and obviously we just sort of witnessed Elsa freezing Anna's heart at the end of For the First Time in Forever reprise without actually saying For the First Time in Forever reprise, which makes me sad because I do like that song.
I'm fine.
I mean, I also do really like the cut song that they had in place of First Time in Forever reprise, which was Life's Too Short, because that one's delightfully fun. But look who it is! It's a giant snowman monster! This, my friends, is Marshmallow, and Marshmallow is awesome.
Watch out for my butt!
Hey, it is not nice to throw people!
Whoa, feisty pants. Okay,
go.
relax. Just calm down.
Okay, all right.
Just let the
I'm okay.
snowman be.
I'm calm.
Huh? Oh, come on. Oh, see? Now you made him mad.
I'll distract him! You guys go! No, not you guys!
This just got a whole lot harder.
We can buy you some time!
Yeah, guys, about that.
Wait for me! Huh? Where's Goofy? Huh?
Hey, Sora! I got an idea!
Goofy, what are you doing?
Oh, that's perfect!
How?
Get ready! Okay, now! Oh, oh yeah!
He's not done.
Yeah, he's definitely not done. A bit of a tree is not going to sort of end this fight. But yes, we actually get to fight Marshmallow, and that just makes me really, really happy, because I think if there was sort of one fight that I really wanted from the Frozen World, it was a fight against Marshmallow, because it just, like, it's the only real proper combat moment you can foresee in Frozen ever. So I am really glad that we got to experience this, largely also because it is quite a fun fight. Marshmallow does all his freezing stuff. I'm making it slightly overly easy with my honey launchers. You can also make your life quite a bit easier by using a lot of fire attacks. They do absolute wonders against him, because as you can see, he sort of bounces up and down going, too hot. So it's definitely something that you can do, and it definitely works. And also, every now and again, you can pull this one off and get a little bit of stun on him, and just, yeah, I really like this fight. It made me really, really, really very happy. And it is going to very delightfully lead into the final stretch of Arendelle, actually. And also, I am loving the honey launcher fire. Like, yes! Just launch that sucker! Just like multi-fireballs. Brilliant, love it. Also, armor mode, Marshmallow is a little bit aggressive, as you may have noticed. I think he is still weak to fire, so that is sort of a quick way that you can whittle down that, but still. Also, you know, for a giant snowman, he can jump really high. And also, I will say, this kind of slashing attack is surprisingly aggressive, and also surprisingly hard-hitting. And I'm just waiting for fire to be able to sort of get the damage in, because yeah, I I didn't intend to go into rage form there. Like, obviously it is something that can be quite useful to you if you use it as you sort of intend to, but it's certainly something that I do try to avoid it. I think because it's that whole thing of not being able to heal at any point whilst I'm in it, it just leaves me a little bit uncomfortable. But either way, Marshmallow is defeated.
What?
And once again, we're falling down the mountain.
Dang, snow's so soft. We could do this 100 times.
No, let's not.
Yup. You sure you don't want to go again?
No, thank you! Do you think everybody else made it?
I don't think the snow monster got him.
Dad probably went back to the palace.
Makes sense. For us, too. We still need to talk to Elsa.
Second time's the charm.
Yeah, back to the Ice Palace.
So, we're going back
That big snowman
again.
was friendly, huh?
Yeah, I like Olaf better.
Because, of course, we need to
Elsa.
climb the mountain again. Thankfully, it's not quite as long a climb as it has been previously. And I mean, yes, this is one of the things that I would say is a perfectly valid criticism of Arendelle. There is far too much of this climbing up, climbing down, climbing up, falling down, climbing up, falling down. And I suppose there is also the valid criticism of the fact that there's no real sense of where you actually are on the mountain. Like, sometimes you do, like, you go down, like, here, and when you feel like you should be going up, and maybe you are going up, but you're not, and it doesn't quite fully add up in the directions that you're perhaps expecting to go. And that can just be a little bit frustrating. And also, lucky emblem... Where? Am I being blind? I'm probably being a little bit blind.
Let's see.
So there's definitely a lucky emblem around here, because otherwise we would not be mentioning it. But my only guess is that it's sort of off the cliff somewhere. Oh! Don't know how I was supposed to necessarily spot that one, but I will take it. You see, this is the joy of sometimes just flicking out your camera and just having a nosy around. You find all sorts of wonderful things. But yeah, I think the fact that it can be difficult to tell whereabouts on the mountain you are and how all the areas connect to each other, it's not necessarily the best element of world design that the game has. But it still makes me happy, and I do just like running around it. So I can't complain too much on that front, because I just have fun with it. And also, ooh, an auric outcome. I'll take one of those. Also, I have to say that Arendelle does have one of the most epic one of the most epic Heartless boss fights in the game. So, as much as you may not necessarily hugely like Arendelle, it is impossible to deny that it has one of the highlights of the game in terms of fights. And we're actually going to see that fight in not that long, really. But before then, we have got to be introduced to the villain of the piece.
That's Elsa.
Who does not speak. We don't really even see his face all that much.
Who's that guy?
But yes, it's Hans of the Southern Isles.
Arendelle who came up here to help her.
Don't think so. That doesn't look like help to me.
Oh no!
Yeah, he's got the dark stink about him.
Mouse. Let's move.
So yeah, basically with Hans, we get that, and we get a little bit in kind of 5-10 minutes time, which it's one of the iconic bits of the film. And that's really all we get from Hans. I don't know whether it's the fact that they couldn't get Santino Fontana to come in and reprise his role. My guess is that probably they could not. I mean, very much like Mandy Moore, certain actors and actresses are busy, and you can't really do a whole lot about that. But most recently, throughout 2018 and throughout 2018 and probably before that, he was working on the stage musical adaptation of Tootsie, in which he plays the lead role. So he would have been a little bit preoccupied, I feel, in terms of actually what work he was doing. It potentially also implies that Hans is not in Frozen 2 at all, which would not be surprising, because it seems to be a completely different location. And because I suspect that they had Idina Menzel, Kristen Bell, Jonathan Groff, Josh Gad, etc. do their lines when they were recording Frozen 2, because they would have been happening at the same time. So it makes sense to sort of wrap it all into one. Whereas if they didn't have Santino Fontana like in the studio at the time, it wouldn't make much sense to bring him in. But also, really, Hans doesn't have that much of a personality. The whole point of Hans was that he created a mirror image of people he was talking to. So he was sort of happy, quirky, goofy whenever he was around Anna, but then he goes sort of a bit more regal whenever he's around Elsa and sort of that stuff. But also,
what do you say?
We get to partner up with Marshmallow. And obviously, while it would have been nice to partner up with Elsa and Anna and have sort of like ice powers and Anna doing Anna stuff, I do quite like having Marshmallow as a party member. There's just something quite fun about that as an idea, and it's quirky, and also, Marshmallow is probably the one character most suited to combat in this world, so it makes sense. And I knew it. You see, I was just like, no, I know there's a treasure chest around here, and I need it. But yes, I think one of the things that people do criticise with Arendelle here is that we don't get a party member until the last 15 minutes of the world. And that is true, and arguably they probably should have had a party member in a lot earlier, but then equally it's one of those things where you're following the narrative of the film, and so if you're not going to include Elsa and Anna as party members, your kind of only choice is Marshmallow, and Marshmallow doesn't turn up until obviously this later point. Because I mean, in the grand scope of the film, it is sort of the final third, really, where Marshmallow comes into play. Because you have Marshmallow, then you have... He's just a bit of a fixer-upper, he's got a couple of bugs. No, I don't. His isolation is confirmation of his desperate needing for feeling hugs. He's just a bit of a fixer-upper, this we're certain of. The way to fix up this fixer-upper is to fix him up with love. With the trolls, which I'm kind of glad are not here, because I don't think that they were needed at all. And then you basically go into the finale of the film, which obviously in the original Marshmallow has absolutely no place in, but it makes sense here because obviously Marshmallow's whole stick is to protect Elsa, and so of course he'd come charging down the mountain, chasing after her after Hans had kidnapped her. Well, arrested her, I suppose, is the technically correct term, but still! He's kidnapped her and he's going to try and kill her, and that's not okay. But if you think that we are going to be leaving Arendelle behind completely after this part, you are wrong on that front, because there is, like, another 2 parts of me chasing up and down the mountain trying to find items and look at hidden Mickeys, because, of course there is. But it should be fun either way, so it'll be delightful. Also, of course, we need to take a picture of Olaf, it just makes sense. Also, I think, like, even though there are better Keyblades out there than the Honey Spout, I still want to level up the Honey Spout. I don't know, I just really like using that as a Keyblade. It just makes me really happy. Also, I've just realised I should probably buy a Koopa coin, because I don't think I have since I lost the last one. So I should definitely think about doing that. And there we go, the realisation struck, and there was just like, yes, no, okay, I should probably do that. Also, I love Marshmallow just going, Elsa! And that was a bit deeper, a bit sort of gravelly. That was closer to Elsa. That was really terrible, Roz. I have to get into sort of the swing of that one. It's just like, I'm watching you, Wazowski. Elsa. That was close enough.
Stop it! Put me down! That's Kristoff. Do me a favor and wait here. If you come along, Kristoff might freak out.
This is true.
No, Sven. We're not going back. She's with her true love.
Kristoff!
Sora.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm glad you guys are safe.
Ow!
Where'd Anna go?
She's back at home.
Huh? Something happened?
Anna was struck in the heart by Elsa's ice magic. If the ice isn't removed, she'll freeze forever. Only an act of true love can thaw a frozen heart. So I took her back to Arendelle and her true love, Hans.
But what about you?
What about me?
I sorta assumed you guys were...
No! I just keep her from getting lost.
Really? Oh, but you seem so...
Perfect together.
Yeah, like me and Daisy.
What? Anna!
Elsa.
Is that where Elsa is? Elsa and Anna might both need our help. Let's go!
They will indeed, and this is our final stretch. Basically, there is Blizzard. We've got to use the rocks as cover. If you happen to sort of run whilst the storm is going, you'll get blown all the way back, and obviously that is not fun for anybody. There are some treasure chests about here, but I would recommend waiting until you've beaten the world before you go back and get them, because otherwise you might get a little bit screwed over. Also, I do believe that this carries through all the way until sort of the end of the area. I took Goofy's "we should be safe here" to mean, oh, the blizzard's going to stop now. No, the blizzard's not going to stop now. But yeah, this run back to Arendelle, like the Kingdom of Arendelle, does make me wish that we had actually had a bit of the kingdom in here, because I love like the castle in Arendelle, and I do think that it looks great and fun and makes me happy. And the fact that it appears on the world's map, sort of like the image of the world, does make me think that they perhaps had initially considered putting it in there. I mean, I know that there was at one point a rumour that Frozen was going to be a musical world in the vein of Atlantica in Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't know whether there was actually any truth to that rumour, or whether it was just gonna be, it was always gonna be this. It's difficult to tell. But yeah, I suppose I do wish that we had
Okay, guys, the storm's died down.
actual kingdom, but then equally, we do get this absolutely glorious boss fight. So I'm down with that.
Kristoff?
Anna!
Elsa.
Elsa, Anna.
No!
Anna. What?
So, yes, Hans has been taken by the darkness and has pulled us down into a weird dark dimension type thing. This is another one of those points where people think that the world got changed quite a bit, slightly early on in development, because Hans sort of seems like an afterthought, and doesn't necessarily tie in to this amazing boss fight. I mean, he sort of does in the sense of he's like a lone wolf, but he's got no ice powers, whereas obviously Elsa does, and
I don't know,
all that jazz.
but we better try something.
But that said, this fight is amazing. This is Skull, which is actually a creature in Norse mythology. Skull, which means treachery or mockery in Norse, well, Old Norse specifically, is a wolf that chases the sun, personified as a goddess Sol, and Hati Hrothvidnissen, or Hrodvidnissen, chases the moon. According to Rudolf Simek, it is possible that Skull is another name for Fenrir, and if so, there could be a nature mythological interpretation in the case of Skull and Nahati, who pursues the moon. Such an interpretation would see the phenomenon are parhelions reflected in the wolves, as these are called sunwolf in Scandinavian languages. So, yeah, it's a wolf that chases the sun, and I do quite like just that callback to Norse mythology, considering a lot of Frozen's look and feel is very much based in that Nordic style. The description for Skull is a lupine heartless that rose from the darkness, consuming Hans's heart. Wolves hunt in packs, and this monstrosity was no exception. It summoned a horde of phantom packmates and transformed into a darkness so vast it blotted out the entire sky. I think that this perhaps would have had a bit more impact had Hans had a bit more of a role in the story, but then equally it's still a damn amazing boss fight, and Marshmallow has a really, really awesome move in it. Basically, once you have managed to get up your attack gauge, you can do Sub-Zero impact.
You got this.
And I mean, this is just glorious.
Come on.
I mean, I'm sorry, like, this is a truly epic end to this world. Whatever you think about the design of the world, whatever you think of the story of the world, this boss fight is easily one of the best in the game, without a shadow of a doubt. And I don't think that one is that divisive of a statement to make, which makes me very happy. But I will also say that the Honey Blasters are amazing in this fight, because you obviously can steer at a bit of a distance from him, and that really does help in terms of getting the damage in without actually taking that much damage. And he does this move a couple of times, but hey, the more times I get to see Sub-Zero impact, the better, because I just think it is absolutely glorious. I guess I am just really a fan of really flashy fights that just leave you in awe. It's one of the reasons why I absolutely adore Bayonetta, is because a lot of the fights are of this same completely ludicrous scale that you just watch and just go, what the hell is going on? But I don't even care, because I just love it. But I don't think that Skull's got that much more life left in him. I mean, just over a bar of health left. I think this is going to end pretty soon, if you ask me. As soon as, you know, I get out of the stun. But there we go. Skull is defeated, and that, my friends, brings us to the end of Arendelle.
Huh? Huh?
Oh, Luxine, you cowbag.
So love has filled both their hearts with light.
Larxene!
2 in 1 world. Definitely didn't see that coming.
First Marluxia, now you! What is this all about?
Oh, I see. So you bumped into Marluxia. Then why am I explaining this again? I told you before. The new 7 hearts. If you mess up and don't find your 7 guardians of light, we're gonna need another group to fall back on.
Leave innocent people out of it!
Oh, look at this tough guy, such a big boy now. Well, maybe you should do your job and find the other guardians of light.
Please, like you found your 13. The king said you're 1 seeker of darkness short.
Oh no, we're set.
Huh? They have all 13? Then, if we don't find our 7, they'll go after Elsa and Anna.
It'll be okay. They're strong.
And now, it's your turn.
You're right. They have each other.
Anna. Oh, Elsa. You sacrificed yourself for me? I love you.
An act of true love will thaw frozen heart.
Love will thaw. Love. Elsa? Of course. Love.
that cutscene was gorgeous. And also, we get the Crystal Snow Keyblade. And, well, now that Arendelle is done and dusted, we have quite a bit of important plot stuff to go over. Because obviously, like Xene just said, they have the final of their Seekers of Darkness, and that is definitely not good.
Sorry we're late.
It's okay. You got here as fast as you could.
The organization claims to have their 13 darknesses.
Do we believe it's true?
I don't know. But there's something else they keep mentioning. They're after a new 7 hearts, which seems to be code for, let's go bother more princesses.
Well, as the original princesses of Heart's time for protecting the pure light has ended, they have passed the light to others. Our enemy must certainly be cognizant of this. If the new 7 hearts is what they wish to call them, so be it.
But Kairi hasn't passed on her power. Is she one of the new 7?
She must be. But still, she chose to wield a Keyblade and fight with us as one of the Guardians of Light.
Yeah.
We haven't found power yet.
Hey, at least we tracked down Ventus. Vanitas told us that he's inside Sora's heart.
And so did Ansem the Wise in his data, so it almost certainly must be true.
Oh, whoa.
That's great! Now we can rescue Ven!
Maybe. Except Aqua's the only one who knows where he's hidden. We still have to find her first.
I'll go.
What?
Is that wise?
You need the power of waking, Sora. Do you have it?
No. Probably not.
Without that power, you are not ready to face the realm of darkness.
Come on. What's so funny?
Sorry. Master Yen Sid knows you a little too well. He said you'd try to stage a half-baked rescue.
Yeah, laugh it up.
Sora, I know you're volunteering because you're worried. About me and Mickey.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. But the power of waking's important. You can come to the rescue once you've got that. Sound fair?
Yeah. All right. But be safe. No reckless stunts.
Yes, sir.
Show us the reckless one.
No, not exactly. He just doesn't think.
If only he listened to Master Yen Sid the way he listens to Riku. That would be a good start.
I'm listening now.
Very good. Sora will continue his journey to build his powers, while Mickey and Riku will focus on the search for Aqua.
Yes, sir.
So why are you back?
Nice way to greet your old partner in crime. So, why do you think the old geezer took us back? He must know we backstabbed the organization when Xemnas was running it.
Xehanort doesn't care about you or me. To him, we're nothing but empty husks. The old organization was the same. Xehanort needs 13 vessels to hold his essence.
Husks? Not me. You up for another coup?
Oh, please. You couldn't do it last time. You gotta play it smart, like me.
What? You're not smart?
Well, you heard what Marley said. I don't have to be smart.
Or capable, or likable, or attractive. A cereal bowl would make a better vessel.
Whoa now, you are way out of line. I am extremely imposing, when I want to be, which is admittedly almost never.
Why haven't you gone to any worlds? Are you slacking?
Course not, I got benched.
Huh?
Cyax brought Vexen on board. They must be planning to use replicas.
Those wind-up toys?
Oh no. The replicas are way more real than you remember. I mean, one stole my spot.
Of course it stole your spot. You're dumb as a brick.
Hardy har.
Vexen's latest replicas are no mere puppets. The Riku replica we used in Castle Oblivion was just a prototype. The next replica, the one crafted from Sora's memories, was real enough to join our ranks. And Vexen claims the new ones will be human in every way. If he ever finishes them.
Oh, the thing is, I kinda told Sora and his nitwits that we're ready. My bad.
Let them believe as much.
Ugh, Xemnas.
If they think that we have all 13 darknesses, then they will panic. And panic leads to a lack of preparation.
Yeah, totally.
Why is this thing a member again?
Hey now, pointing is rude.
The first 6 members of the original organization were all apprentices to Ansem the Wise, and the 7th and 8th members joined thereafter. The 13th member was Roxas, a Keyblade wielder. So, what about you? How do you suppose I chose numbers 9 through 12?
Because our hearts are uber powerful.
Wrong. You have been brought together for another purpose.
What? So that we can rot away on the bottom rung?
Ugh, you're in too? What is this, organization rehash?
I happen to play an important role. No one benched me.
You were listening? So not cool.
One must hold one's cards as long as necessary.
What important role? That stupid box that Xigbar claims is real, but won't tell us a thing about?
You'll just have to ask Xigbar that. Now then, Xemnas, what is this purpose? You didn't invite us back for old time's sake.
You 4 are going to reveal your greatest secret. The ancient Keyblade legacy that slumbers within you.
Huh?
Hmm?